Hello everyone, this is Vicky, StitchNButton, and today is Wednesday. I'm going to cheat the 20... I don't think it's the 28th. No, it's the 27th. I wrote down the wrong date. Right date, wrong... Okay, so it's the 27th. Deal with it. As of right now. Anyway, it probably won't go up until the 28th anyway, because you know how slow I am. This is Flosstube number 112. You'd think I'd get my crap together, but we'll just keep it as... you guys like it, right? It's okay. Got some coffee, because my hands were a little chilly. And coffee. So, what do I have on the agenda for today? I'm going to tell you about a finish, a new start. I've got giveaway winners for the 2 charts, and I'm going to do another giveaway because I went through and I was like, let's get rid of some of this stuff. I've got a couple of purchases and some, I wouldn't call it rearranging, updating. We'll go with that. How about that? Okay, so, my last video, I said I was going to finish up Coffee Confessions by the end of the month, and look at me, a couple days early, which is fine, because it gives me a chance to work on some other stuff that I'll tell you about in a minute. I worked on Coffee Confessions. It's by Heartstring Samplery. I did not use the called for colors. I pretty much just did a Mod Podge of what I had on hand. These are the floss tags that I've made, the floss drops that I've made out of cards that I've gotten. Live and Die LA. I think I got those with some minders from her, some cards that people have sent me. This, I think I just made these out of a card of the flag of Texas that my friend Pam from 3 Stitches in Spring, Texas sent me. I used a couple of Weeks Dye Works, Victoria Motto, and a Gentle Arts. So that's that. I made this little floss ring. That's my Betty Boop. So these get to go away now. Okay. And here is my finish. It is stitched on 32 count linen from Dames of the Needle, and the linen is called Peddler's Blend. And there we go. That's what it looks like. I did finish it up last night. I only put the year on there. I didn't put my initials. And after I put it on there, I was like, I should have lined it up, but I didn't, and it's staying. I also made one other mistake. See the little plus marks in the berry bowl? This one's falling out. But it's okay, because half the time I'm falling out of something anyway, right? There you go. This is finished. I'm not sure exactly how I'll FFO it, because, you know, you guys haven't seen the FFO for me in forever. But I have actually FFO'd this before for someone else that needed it, and put it, it was one of those signs that you put on your wall that has the 4 sides and it's hollow inside. It's wood. Well, what we did was put it on the inside of it. The outside on the back still said something, I don't know, but I put it on the inside and inset it with some coffee beans. I might do that again. I think that was a good finish, so if I can find something like that, that's right size, I might actually do that with that one. Alright, so, that was my finish. I did a new start, and if you remember from last week, or the week before, or the week before that, I've been saying that I wanted to do a new start, and I had shown 3. Well, I did decide on Good Neighbors. A little story with this, by the way, in a minute. This is one of my purchases, by the way. And I'll get into these. Well, okay, let me tell you about them now. And I'll put the information down below. I was on Etsy. Jen Lee. She's Jen Lee here on Flosstube. She is the creator of 24 Hours of Cross Stitch. She made project cards. And I had these in my favorites. And I finally bit the bullet and bought them. It's only $4. And basically you just get the file to print them out on your own. I have this white cardstock, so they're double-sided. This is the front side. That's the back side. Alright, so I started Good Neighbors. And I started with my new cards. I did debate on just starting next year with the new cards, but I said, nah, we'll go for it now. All right, I started Good Neighbors. I'm using all the called for DMC, and I'm using 28 count white Lugana on this. I think it's because all of it's right on here. Yeah, 32 count white Lugana, because even weave, excuse me, I find is best with quarter stitches, which I've already gotten into quarter stitches. I started in the center. Of course, it's all half stitches, and you know when you're counting your stitches for challenges, half stitches mean you get half credit for it. Anyway, I ended up doing a total of 309 stitches. That means it was, you know, half stitches, blah, blah, blah. But total, what counted, 309. So I got that much done. This portion right here is the grass. I don't know if you can see, if I can hold it side by side. It's this part right here and going into these vines. I wanted to work over and start doing the wall. And this grass goes up here, and the little bit of brown there, I believe, are part of the rose right there. So that's how far I got. Story time. So, I've said before that I looked for a PDF reader, and I found one, and I did a great review on it, and it was working great. I haven't used it recently because I haven't used anything that I put in there. I either use paper or I use Pattern Keeper. Now, when I say a PDF viewer, I'm talking for one for Android. So, I went Friday night. I started this on Friday night for a Friday night full coverage, because I do that full coverage Friday. Only because I'm considering this full coverage. The only thing that's not stitched are these little bit of clouds here. Everything else is stitched. I'm classifying it as a full coverage. Now, there's a reason why I usually don't have the original, especially if they're big. I usually don't have the original charts in the project bag because I don't want to ruin them. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to, because I could not get this to print out correctly to do a working copy. And even when I took pictures to make it into a PDF to put it into the reader, some of the colors just aren't right, so I'm just going to have to use the chart. It's no big deal. No big deal. Okay, so I went to pull up my PDF reader so I could start Good Neighbors on Friday, and I was in Zoom, and it kept on crashing. So I uninstalled it. I went to look for it. I couldn't find it. Maybe they changed the icon, because I was more looking for the icon. Yeah, no, couldn't find it. So now I'm mad. And I start looking through, and a couple people had mentioned some programs that I could use and try, and I'm looking for those, and I downloaded a couple. They weren't what I was looking for. I only need to be able to look at it and do the highlight part. I don't need to do the sign and secure sending and all the stuff that normal PDF people need to use. I'm not in an office. I think somebody had mentioned, I think Imogen, she said she had mentioned it. I didn't hear her, though, about Adobe Acrobat. So I'm looking for an app, Then it finally dawned on me. You know, when I was doing the trucking stuff, I downloaded Adobe Acrobat, and I pay money. I pay the monthly subscription ever since then to have it so I can edit and do all this great stuff with it that I never really use. But for some reason it didn't click. If I download Adobe, I could probably sign in and use it. I don't know why. So for years, it's gotta be what, 4 years now? I could have been using that the whole time, guys. I had Adobe Acrobat before I had this Android. I could have been using it the whole time. It dawned on me that I could. I downloaded Adobe Acrobat, uploaded it. I just had to figure out how to do the highlighting portion on it, and it's working. So now I don't have to worry about another... Okay, I know, famous last words. I shouldn't have to worry about another PDF reader as long as I just keep up my subscription, right? all this time I've been dealing with it, all the frustrations. I could have, like, hit myself in the head with a rock. It is what it is. It is. So, I did a little bit more stitching here. I worked on Vader. This is from Stitch. It used to be Stitch Line. Now it's called Stitch Area. It's all one word, Stitch Area. On Etsy. I saw, I think it was Missy Purcell doing this on Instagram years ago, and as she was finishing it and she finally finished it, I decided I needed to stitch it too and went and bought it. I am stitching this on 36 count fabric from Vicki Clayton, 1/2, and using the called for DMCs. This also goes into Pattern Keeper, which is great, because the pages are broken up. I mean, they're large. It's large print, which is nice, but the pages are broken up, and I can't stand the page break. So this is where I am with it. What I did was filled in a bunch here, over here, and down here, and I ended. There's only five colors in this total, and I ended up doing 331 stitches on it. So there is Vader. Let me see if this lights a little better. Yeah. He's looking good. Alright, let me put this one away. I got this in my Stitch All the Things bag, my Christine bag. Alright. Then I also ended up stitching on Linen and Threads Mystery Sampler with Friends and Family 2020. This is only printed out to March. I really don't need the front cover other than just to show you guys, honestly. And I am not even done January yet. So there you go. This one is being stitched on 36 count Vicki Clayton fabric, 1/2. And I'm using Silks For You PR 152. Let's see. And here we go. I did a lot of frogging because I started stitching with 2 threads because I forgot. And then I fixed it, and then I stitched a little bit more. I think I stitched on this since the last time I showed it. Anyway, I finished all the way around. I came over here, finished all that. I don't know why that looks white. That's actually a slub in the fabric, and I don't know why. Anyway, finished that. All I need to do is this little bit of a motif in here, I believe. And I'm not putting in the initials, and then I have to do the butterfly, and then I'll move down and do February down here. So there we go. I'm liking how that's looking. I had put in 200 stitches. So maybe I didn't work on this since the last time I did my video. But the last time I worked on it, I put in 200 stitches. And it's nice to look at, so we'll go with it. How about that? Alright. Next, I worked on Little House Needleworks, Early Americans. I'm on the first square. I'm doing all 9 of them on the same fabric. The fabric is 36 count Bramble linen from Picture This Plus. I'm doing 1/1 using all the classic color works that are called for. And I put in, I don't have a total stitches, I put in 630. 630 stitches when I worked on it. Basically, let me see, okay. So I filled in all the house, the shutters, the windowsills. I think that's one of those basement entries in front of the house, if I remember. I mean, I've walked in front of this plenty of times. And I don't. For those that don't know, there are a lot of row homes in Philadelphia and maybe New York too that have a slanted door that you pull forward and you walk down steps to go down the basement. It's an outside entrance into it, so it juts away from the building some on a slant. The more you know. I'm not sure if that's a window or if it's one of those. I can't remember. It's been years since I've been by the house. And then I just need to finish the door there. I haven't filled in the little squares on the door, but I did do the little window panes up here on the doorknob. And then the rest of it. But I got the most of the stitchings right there in the house, and then the rest is just fiddly here and there. I don't know when it'll come back out, but I got a good bit done on it, and I'm happy with it. And that is all that I've stitched over the past couple of weeks. It's not as much as usual. I worked on getting bags done. They're done. They're up on the site. I only have a couple of the trays left. I have some bags left. I have workbooks left too. And of course, minders and stuff too. I started cutting out more bags. I have almost 40 bags cut. Some of them are pre-sales, but I have those, and I have about 24 trays cut also. And now I finished cutting those today, and what do I need to do? I cut the one interfacing for the trays. I need to cut the fusible fleece and the vinyl, and then I can start on the ironing and sewing. It's always a process, isn't it? In case you saw, this is Know Your Earth from Color Street, and I get mine from Jen Upton. I'm trying to see, it's a On Point Polish VIP, I think it is, on Facebook. It's a group. If you want to know, you can let me know. You can message me, but I put this on last night and was able to stitch within minutes of being done. I didn't have to wait for it to dry. So that was a good thing. Alright. They called WIP Go numbers. So for this month, it was the 11th. It was, no it wasn't. 11 is the one I haven't done yet. Sorry. You think I'd be used to doing these videos by now. Okay. August. August is 20 and 25. 20 is called Happy Hour. I've not pulled that one out yet. That is from Tree of Light Samplings, and it has nothing to do with drinking, by the way. It has to do with stitching. And then Wizard of Oz, which is my Wizard of Oz Heaven Earth Design full coverage. I only need 500 stitches on that to meet the goal. I've already got 400, and I need 600 total for the year, for my yearly goal. So I'll probably only put about 200 stitches in, unless I'm on a real go with it. On Happy Hour, I have not stitched on that at all, so that needs full tilt on that one. And I reprinted, when I said I was rearranging and redoing, since half the year is gone, I decided to reprint my WIP Go. I got it all up to date. The green is completed with the number of stitches I actually did. The yellow is it was called. Excuse me. And some of these I've already put stitches in, like Ship Concordia was not called yet. Oh no, it was called. I didn't finish it. This one was called last month. I have not even started that. Some were not called, like this one, and this one, but I've stitched on them, so I put the number of stitches in. So I still don't have a bingo. Go figure, it's like I'm allergic to a bingo. I could have gotten it by now. Here. Alright? No, I can't. That's alright. I do have plans to stitch on this one. This month, as a matter of fact. I have plans to stitch on Wizard of Oz. Let me see where my book is. Where did I put it? You know, I always have a lot of stuff on my table, right? Here it is. Okay. Plans for next month, which isn't too far away. I will be doing a full coverage, which is my Wizard of Oz. I'm going to do one that's new to me, one way or another. So, new to me is my Doctor Who from Oh My Stitch Shop. That's my first design of theirs I've ever started. Newest start is Good Neighbors, so that's going to get some more love in it, and I'll at least get the other 300 stitches to make it 600 for the year. Monochromatic, that's my Ship Concordia. I've got to do at least 400 there to make for my 600 for the year, but 300 to make it for the WIP Go. And then Oldest WIP is supposed to be the next one. I am not going to stitch on that. I'm going to do a little backup piece. Instead, I'm going to do my Grapes pillow. And that is from Vermilion, and I'm going to write that in. Because I haven't stitched on that, and it's really pretty. It needs some love also. So that's my plans for next month. Those are definitely getting put in, and then there's others I'm going to fit in there as I go. Like, I really need to get on Clockwork Bird. I haven't worked on that this year. And since I won't have as many stitches in Ship Concordia, maybe I can switch out and finish out that prompt. So out of all the prompts called, 2 haven't been met to make it up to date. 2 are coming up in a couple of days. I think that's fine. That's fine. I also updated my WIP list, and even though I had a new start, I also had a finish, so I'm still at 68 WIPs. What I did was, anything that I got my 600 in, I highlighted in yellow, and then these are finishes. I moved those down to the bottom, and this green is a UFO that I didn't want to do. So, 68. I don't think I've reached 30. Let's look. 2, 5, 7, 11, 14, 17, 18, 20. I've only reached my 600 on 25 of my 68. But I have several almost there. I don't think I'm going to reach it. I really don't. But I'll still keep trying. I'll get as many done as possible. How's that? That's all you can do. With that many WIPs, it's crazy. I'm not going to drive myself crazy over it. The moose that I'm getting ready to show you, he's over 600. I know that. And that is Christmas Moose. He is coming out tonight. I'll be stitching on him tonight. I still need to get his antler done. I had broken him up into 12 parts, and I am sadly behind. I think I might have March almost done, but not quite. Here's what he looks like. That's a window. Snow. I've got all that to do to finish up. There's going to be a whole bunch of white and not white in there. It's like a blues in there soon. So I need to get on that and finish that. I'm almost done the antler portion too. So it's fine. I want to try to knock out the rest, at least the rest of this antler and the back stitch on it. I'll see if I can't do that before the end of the month is out. Let's try that for a goal. He's fine. If you didn't know, I did change out their Ada for Murky, and I never remember what count it is. It's either 28 or 32. He needs a new card too, by the way. It's 32 count Murky. So he will be worked on today and until the end of the month at least, to see how much I can't knock out, because I still have a whole bunch of stitches to do for the Stitching Adventure game set. And I figured, there you go. He needs them. I'll put them in there. Now, what else do I have on my list? Giveaway winners and a couple of purchases and 2 more small things to give away. So I went and did my random comment picker. Wine. There were 6 comments for each of the charts. For wine, hanging by a thread, that's Gina. I know who that is. Gina, there is a link below in the description for a Google sheet or a Google form please go down there and fill that in, because I don't know if I have your new address, and I know it's been a while since you moved, but just in case, just go fill in that form for me. That way I know I have it for sure, and this will go out to you. And then the other one is Judy Smithson. Judy, I also don't have your address, so if you can go to that Google form in the description box below and fill that out, it would be great, and you will get this great Nora Corbett piece. In going through the charts to pull out the ones I was going to give away, I figured I'd pull out the next two that were in the box. And they happen to be these two. I've got Prayer of St. Francis. It is the Prayer of St. Francis. I am not going to read the whole entire thing. But if you are familiar with prayers, it starts out, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. So, if you are interested in the Prayer of St. Francis, let's go ahead and put prayer in there. Just comment with prayer, and you'll be in the drawing next time. And then I have this one. This one is Sudbury House Designer Series, Bunny Sisters. They're two old ones, but old is not... I'm old. I'm still alright. So, Donna Vermillion, which is the designer of my Grapes pillow, is the designer of this. Sisters. This is, says... Sisters are forever friends. So if you are interested in the sisters pattern, go ahead and comment with sisters. And then I'll do a drawing my next video to see who the winners are. I have two things to show you as far as purchases. Technically 3 items, 2 orders. One was from the whole Stitch and Caboodle site. It's a Facebook group. Jen and Mike run that, and they sold the rest of their Pictures Plus that they had on hand, and I grabbed a couple pieces, which it went quick, so I was lucky. I got a fat eighth of 32 count doubloon. I don't know if it's not, it's more like it. 32 count doubloon, and then I got a fat quarter of 32 count demoiselle. This is a predominantly mint green. Get off. Okay. Predominantly mint green with a little bit of yellow and purple smudged in there. And then I received my package, my fabric of the month from Grace Notes Fabrics. The name. I'm going to try to pronounce it. So it's 20, I get 28 count Lugana fat quarter. There was a mix up with last month. It's fine. I can use it. And I let her know, and she apologized. It's not that they had me down for the wrong one. The person packaging isn't usually the person packaging. And they were really busy with that whole COVID and her being sick and being so backed up. It's not a problem. Corinne, I was not even angry. I just figured I'd double check like I told you. So, this month is Demon Vendo. It almost sounds Italian. I got my sticker. And it is a green color with a little bit of modeling in it. There's it's green to a lighter green. And I love this one too. It's funny, I picked this green because I don't have a lot of light greens. And then I got one for Fabric of the Month, which I'm not even mad about either, because more choices. Let me see, I could put them together. See, this comes up a little bit more blue than next to the green. But it does have green in it. So, I'm happy with that. And my little sticker, I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this. And, you know what? Let's go with... I've got freebies here. I've always got a ton of freebies on hand that I get with my orders. And I know I already have these. So let's do a giveaway for these. These will just go into a regular envelope, and I'll pop in the mail with a stamp. This one's Cardinal Mitten. This is a Cricut collection from November 2018. This is what it looks like. So if you are interested in the Cricut freebie, just put in bird. I need to write myself notes. So we've got sisters. We've got prayer. We've got bird. Bird. And then this one is another Cricut collection, The Happy Place. And it says my happy place has a house and these huge flowers off the side. So, how about happy? So if you're interested in the say happy, I'll spread the love. Try to get these out there. So I'm going to keep on looking. Look, this one's getting all raggedy and everything now. I'd rather share than have them sit there. Girls, Gina and, I'm so sorry, Judy, please get to me. Fill out those forms and I'll get those out as soon as I get that information. And I think that's all that I have. That's all my notes anyway. I'll be back in 2 more weeks with another update. Hopefully more stitching. And hopefully I have everything cut and I'm starting to sew. So that means hopefully I have everything cut and ironed and I'm already sewing. That would be really good because I got a lot of stuff to do, right? Hope your sewing is going well, your stitching, your crafts, and I hope you are doing well. Don't forget, don't let anyone steal your sunshine.